This video was recorded with the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable. Skip it up and that up. So China's lifting the ban on game consoles. Yeah! Not really, kids. Shout out goes to YouTuber GammaLad. I'll have a link to his channel below in the description. So if you've been reading articles, half-assed articles I should say, and watching some videos, you would swear that China just did a complete 180, and now every console, foreign console under the sun, can come into China. It's like everyone's holding hands and pre-ordering their PS4s and Xbox Ones in China, right? As Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks would say, wrong again, Bob. They're trying a couple things, but here's exactly what's going on. I have some bullet points I wrote out here. 1. Console manufacturers are only allowed to sell the consoles in Shanghai's free trade zone, which is about 28 kilometers. 2. They need to get approval for specific product models before these can be sold and promoted on the Chinese mainland. Regulatory approval is required to ensure game content are not overly violent and politically sensitive, which I'm sure that the latter part of that is what the Chinese government's most worried about. Number 3, China Daily said information detailing the entry of foreign game console makers into China would be incorporated into policies for the free trade zone in Shanghai, like I said, that 28-kilometer zone. These, however, have yet to be officially released by the government. And this is what the government had to say. This is bullet point number 4. We will track the progress made in the Shanghai pilot program. No one doubts Shanghai's performance will determine our future moves. The Chinese government also made it very clear to China Daily and to the Chinese public that just because they're trying this in the Shanghai free trade zone does not mean the ban for video game consoles is lifted. The ban is still in place. They said it plain as day. They wanted to make sure that you knew that. I always find it funny, and this is all governments throughout the world, because all governments have corruption in them. Whenever they give a reason for banning a product or putting totalitarian laws into place and doing, draconian things, it's always about it's for the babies, it's for the children, it's some ridiculous. They always try to pull at people's heartstrings. Like when they banned video games, they wanted to make sure it didn't have an adverse effect on children, even though there was no scientific data that it did. They said, hey, it has an adverse effect on children, let's get rid of it. It was a way to block outside influences. I mean, look, the YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter are blocked in China. They have their own gimped versions over there of those 3 websites. Why? I know why, because if there's information about the Chinese government that someone maybe in the United States is talking about that is whistleblowing, or in other countries that's calling out the Chinese government, they don't want their people to see it. It's just such bullshit, man. And like the thing, I don't think this is gonna be fruitful in China with the game consoles. I have a feeling that there's going to be one game that says something that, the friggin' dictators over there think is questionable about, the Chinese government. And they're, oh, that's it. The game ban is totally back in place. We ain't trying it. The pilot program, kill it right now. I just find it funny. The general premise of every government throughout the world is that people created the governments to help keep the land and their nations healthy, keep them thriving, keep people happy. But throughout time, from basically since humans have been here, corruption has always taken over, and power-hungry people come into play and use their powers to control the people. And it just sucks. It's not the way it's supposed to be. The government's supposed to be for the people and help the people, not hurt them. But remember, everything they do is for the babies. They really need to get a new fucking line. Anyway, folks, make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And if you have an interesting news story you would like me to discuss, private message me with a link via YouTube. And if I use your news article, I will give you a shout out in the video and feature your YouTube channel in the description. Have a good one.